So these are some really nice rhythm linking steps. Now I have trail skated here, so I'm actually wearing a 65mm wheel and I've got my toe stops in, but I'm just gonna roll with it. As I said, I have got big wheels on, so normally I would have a hard little wheel if I was indoors and no toe stop, but the toe stop's not going to get in the way, so we can just carry on. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to roll forward and I'm going to do a 1 foot bubble, but it's almost like a 1 foot scissor because I'm going to go back the other way. And now here, this foot is going to stop and this one is going to carry on and go up. Now from here, if you can do back pulls, this is going to really help, because what I'm going to do essentially is a back pull and pull myself back in the other direction like this. Now I use this a lot because it's a really good way of changing direction. So I can skate over here and stop and pull myself back. So because we're doing a 1 foot bubble, this is an inside edge. Then when it gets to here, I'm going to change to an outside edge. Now most of my weight is still on this foot here and it's going to slide across. Now at this point, I'm going to transfer the majority of my weight here, because this foot's going to slide forward into a heel manual. So I need my weight here because this is the foot I'm going to use to pull me back. So as I pull this back, this foot is going to come down and roll backwards. So I'm pulling there. And that's it. So let me show you how I would actually use this. So say for instance, I've just done this and I'll go back and I'll do like a toe-toe. And it's really nice, it's so smooth and it gets you back in the other direction really quickly. And people are like, oh, how did you do that? That looks really cool. And now you can look cool too. This is a really nice move. It actually makes a square on the floor, so it's good to getting you from one place to the other, and it just uses edges, so it's not too hard. But it does require a bit of brain-foot coordination, which sometimes I completely lose. So you can do this turning in whichever direction you like, so you can go that way around the square or that way around the square. Unfortunately, you do turn in both directions regardless of which way round the square you go. So it's a really good one to get you turning in both directions. So we're going to start here and I'm going to turn that way. Now I'm going to do a full 180 and face in the opposite direction. There. So now I'm going to do a 90-degree turn and a full 180. 90 degrees, 180. And you see how I'm working my way around the square. Now, basically what I'm doing here, the 90-degree turn is obviously quite easy. I'm just lifting the heel slightly and turning. So I'm actually pivoting around this foot here. So this one does the further journey. So when I get to my 180, what I'm going to do is I'm going to lean on my outside edge here and turn. So as you can see, it's the other way around. So this one is doing an inside edge around this foot, like that. There. So the weight on this foot ends up almost on the heel to get that pivot. So there and there. You see how I'm bending into it? And obviously we can do it in both directions. So it would be the same. So we do it that way and then there. That way and then there. So it's the same technique, whichever way you go. Let me give you an example of how I use this. Now, I actually use these little pivot turns to give me this square. I'll go here, here, heel flare. this is a really nice way of getting into a heel toe manual when you're dancing in place. And I almost do it as like a little skip, because it gives it that little bit of rhythm, a little bit of just energy. It looks really nice. You do have to trust yourself a little bit on this one, because I'm going to kick forward and then this foot goes back, but as it goes back and down, I'm going to turn that foot. So most of my weight is going to end up on this toe manual foot, because that's the one that's underneath me. So I'm going to be here, there. So actually having a toe stop on is actually a bit of a benefit here, because you can use that to stable yourself until you feel ready to put the little jump in. So I'm going to kick, I'm going to slide onto the toe, and this is going to pivot like that. It's going to take a little bit of confidence just to feel it. Obviously you can hold on to something if you want, just to get the feeling of this. The great thing about this is that you can use it to link all these moves together. I'm Katie, you've been watching Skatie, and I'll see you next time. Bye!